there he is.
Almost didn't make it that time.
Well, we kind of did, and we kind of didn't.
No, we almost didn't make it that time.
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me? Hold on. There you go.
Can't hear me yet.
Here you go.
I'll get there.
There you go.
I'll get there. I'm muting my computer.
Are we muted? There we go. We're muted.
Turning
Everybody
up.
good.
Look, I'm not even plugged in.
Oh, no, I didn't plug you in.
I got it.
Welcome in, guys. Hey. This is what happens when you travel all week and
when you haven't been home
and everything is kind of upside down. Well,
I can't.
Lots of familiar faces in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Okay.
If it's your first time here, maybe it's because you're a new friend and you know who we are. But just in case, for those of you who don't, I'm Brian. This is Julie, and it's a wonderful Sunday night over here at How We Cruise, like it is every Sunday night. We join you right after yelling at kids and screaming at everyone, and then we come on here.
You're sweating.
I am sweating.
Wipe your.
I am sweating.
Stash off.
I will wipe my sweat stash off. And in a second there, I'll let you say hello to everyone while I go grab my glass, because I am glassless. You
didn't
tonight.
even. You don't. You got. Like,
no.
You don't even have. No.
I'm not. Hello, Warren. Hello, Kathy. Hello, Chris. Hello, Mary Ellen. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello, Daniel.
I'm not even there.
Daniel, who's deciding to text me like 2 minutes before we go live, and I was still able to get back to him. So, because that's
because we love them.
Yes, absolutely.
And I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
Well,
and I'm not even in. I'm not even in.
What are you watching?
Well, I had stuff up from earlier today that you were giving me a hard time about. Listen, I watch more than cruise vlogs, okay?
How many of you go down the rabbit hole, and how often do you do it? Is it multiple times a day?
Research.
What are you researching, Julie?
I was researching abandoned properties.
Oh. I was building a Rube Goldberg for Katie. Yeah,
well, we found that.
Hello, Shanna. Hello, tonight. Matt. Hello, Sean. Hello, Nancy. Welcome in, everyone. Hello, JM Travels. It's a crazy Sunday night.
The struggle is real.
Oh my God.
I can't even tell you.
Warren says you guys are sitting on the wrong sides.
Are we flip-flopped? We're sitting where we always sit. I wonder if it's coming different.
We're good. We're good.
Here,
Warren is your
just for fun. No. Ready? Just for fun. Just for fun.
No,
come on.
I don't.
Come on.
No,
come on, just for fun.
No, not change.
Just for a minute. Come on.
Shayna says everything is reversed.
Really?
Oh, hold on.
What did you do, Brian?
Hold on. No, it's not.
Well, what did you do? I don't know. Just for fun. How's that?
Now Julie's got to control the chat. Want to switch back?
Yes.
We'll switch back in a minute. You talk for a minute.
Okay. I'll talk for a minute while you get your glass. So guys, what a week! What an incredible week we had. We have been away. We were down in Jacksonville, Florida, with as travel agents, we have a host agency that supports us and helps us and kind of I don't know, how would you describe a host agency, Brad?
Hold on. No,
anyway, but they are absolutely wonderful. We really, really, really love them. And they provided training this week that we were down at. And I cannot tell you how much we learned and how much we gained this past week. I mean, would you say that we are different this week than we were last week?
I don't know if different's the right word. All right, give me my mouse back. I want my mouse back. Here we go.
All right, I'll scooch back over. All right. I wonder why everything was reversed, though.
I have an idea.
It's weird. Is that better?
Did that switch anything? Are we switched now?
I stopped getting the jam.
Oh, let's see. They said better.
Oh, there we go. Way to go. What setting did you change?
Stop touching my settings.
I have not touched a thing. That's for sure.
Now, you know what
I do
happened?
not touch
I
your
can tell you,
settings.
see, I can tell you exactly what happened.
Uh-uh.
Tell you exactly what happened. So what happened was,
You'll tell me exactly
what happened was, what happened. So last week, while we were traveling, we don't bring the whole setup with us. So for those of you who joined us last week, we were late last week too.
I say this every week. We need to start doing, like, we need to start filming us getting ready to come live, because if you guys saw the chaos behind the scenes every week, including when we were away last week,
they'd all unsubscribe.
And this week, no, they wouldn't. Are you kidding me? They'd all be getting their popper and being like,
they'd all tune in.
We're entertaining.
They would,
but
they
not
would be
to
like,
us, to them.
Is this the week that we witness an on-screen murder? Is this going to be? Is that why you guys keep coming back every week?
It could happen.
Do you come back every week waiting to see which one of us is going to kill the other? Is that what happens? Is that what it is? All right, Mom has joined us. I guess that hopefully means the goats are okay. But yeah, no. So what we did last week, we were down in Jacksonville and we tried to go live using other technology. And in order to try to make that technology work, we had to switch some settings. And when we switched those settings,
he didn't listen to me.
Was we used the webcam on the laptop, and that works differently than this wonderful Logitech Brio that we use. So for any of you are wondering why we come in so crystal clear and why you can see every gray hair on our heads, it's because of the fantastic
Katie
Logitech
told me tonight,
Brio.
Mom, you have
not
gray
sponsored,
hair, and it's all thanks to me. And I was like,
not sponsored, but
much.
We'll take a sponsorship. So, but yeah, big week. Lots of learning, and you know, for those of you guys who didn't see the Facebook community group yet, we got a little slideshow put together here for you. Julie got me all the pictures together, so we tried to get them into a little format so that we could share it all with you as to what we were doing this week.
If you are not already a part of our community group, please join.
All the cool kids are there.
The cool kids are there. But we post there and we share what we're doing. And it was a lot of fun. And I'm really grateful for everybody who chimed in and liked and made comments on some of our posts. So that was a lot of fun too. But we had a really great week. I had a phenomenal week. Unfortunately, or fortunately so, I mean, I did have to squeeze out just a day early, and you got the last day solo.
That was actually harder than you would have thought it was.
Yeah, no, I mean, but I'm so glad that you were there, and everything at home is good, and we are good, and everything is all.
We kind of fed off each other like we do here, but we fed off each other all week, and then Friday I was solo, and I didn't have somebody sitting next to me to lean on, so it was a little difficult.
Yeah, difficult, huh? Hear that? He said he leans on me.
I do.
You can't do any of this without me. It's okay.
I can't do any
of this without you.
And that is why. Chris, so Chris, we have a thing at my job. We have to quote at least 3 movies a day. And Chris will do that in the live stream. We'll quote 3 movies per live stream. And Chris starts it off with, "She completes you."
You complete me. I complete you.
So.
Yo, Jerry Maguire.
Witnesses. All right. So, hello, Scott McNeil. Welcome in. I think we said hello to everybody. So, a little bit about what we're talking about. So, a lot of you are probably very confused as to what we're talking about. So, Julie mentioned a host agency. For those of you guys who didn't know, and I'm not sure how you wouldn't know this, but if you're new watching, we are travel agents, travel advisors, travel partners, vacation planners.
It's all synonymous. Yep.
Escape artists. What else?
Escape artists. I don't know if that's anonymous, but no.
What other
travel agents?
You can call us whatever you
travel
want.
Advisors, travel partners. Listen, what we do is we help you plan your best trip. That is what we do. We are not limited to cruises, even though we are how we cruise. That whole story is another story for another time.
Shh, don't tell them about the rebranding yet.
Another story for another time. But
that's a secret.
We do everything. We do it all. And it's been such a fun journey. And yeah, anyway,
But
aside from all
Mhm.
that, yeah, we work with someone who helps us organize all of our backend stuff.
oh, Matt's trying to get us to give away onboard credit, I think. Matt says more like travel family. Oh.
You guys all
now
know
if we
you're
were
all
doing
travel
that from the
family.
iPhone, when you did that, it would have thrown a heart across the screen.
Yeah, I know, but you won't ever use my Mac, which is why when we were away and traveling last
Don't
week,
do that on the Mac.
Yes, it will.
Oh boy, Shayna says, "Love, true love." All right, so we're in. So that's 2 movie quotes. Who wants to go with the third one? Keep it clean. So let's see. But so what we're talking about is we went down. So we actually operate through what Julie called as a host agency. So what that does is that gives us access to a lot of times, often rates that they've held for you for lower rates for sailings or access to some extra onboard credit. They also do a lot of things for us. They can cover us when we're traveling. If you're booked through us and you have an issue, there's something we can set up with them. They also have a lot of staff down there that can help us if we seem to hit a roadblock trying to plan something for you, or if you have an issue or anything like that.
But most importantly, they
Mhm.
support us and provide us with resources to help you. I mean, like honestly. And what we found out today is there's or not today, this past week, we found out there's so much more resources that we have, and they're just absolutely phenomenal. We absolutely love them. We've loved them before, but we love them even more now because they provide us with ongoing training, the most up-to-date current travel tips, tricks, resources, and guides that we can possibly want. And I am so excited to put a lot of this. I can't wait. If you're already our client, like just wait, just wait.
There's
You guys are going to save.
Mostly what we learned
And
about
if you're not our
week,
client, reach out because I can't wait for you to find out too.
Mostly what we learned about this week
fun.
is a lot of technology that travel professionals can use, that they pay a lot of money for, that we have access to, that we can use to make your lives a lot easier booking through us.
Yeah.
So we can send, we learned some things about some payment links we can send you. We learned some things about some reminders we can send you, and all sorts of things to make your lives easier.
And again, we're just going to like throw it out there. Like there's no fee to use us. There's no charge. There's no surcharge. There's extra charge. There's no built-in charge. To use us is the same as if you booked on your own, although it is our job, it is our expertise to be able to help find you the best, whatever you do. Yeah. So anyway,
the other part of that we learned was
we are paid from the suppliers, so we do get paid, but not from you. It doesn't come out, and it will be the same exact cost for you as if you did it on your own or you did it through us. So,
and speaking of those suppliers, the other part of that training was they brought in a lot of your favorite suppliers, so that we got to meet with somebody at some of those places.
And we have some of the best.
We do
best reps. Like we have a really good gang of people.
We do have a rep at every cruise line, resort, whatever you could think of. That if you have an issue or if you have some questions, it's people that we can reach out to. And I have a slide. I have the slides. You want to see some pictures?
I want to see.
Do you guys want to see pictures?
I want to see pictures.
You know, we take a.
Hi. If you know, you know. Would you just play the pictures?
Yes. So here's our first day of school pick.
Look at my face. I'm like, I think I'm ready for this.
Yeah. Hello, Kathy. I think I said hello. Hello. So I saw somebody else pop in here. Together we travel. Hello. How are you? Yeah, this is our first day of school pick. So for those of you guys who don't know, we work through outside agents.
Cheers.
It's still our own.
Cheers. Cheers.
You're gonna spill that all over the place. Why
I wasn't gonna cheers
up to the brim. Like
that's what you do.
But yeah, so this is who we work through here, and they're great with us. So and their staff. And I don't know what order these pictures are in, so you're going to be just as surprised as me.
Let's see what you got next.
Let's see what happens next. So yeah, here we are in class learning about something we knew nothing about before going into class.
Oh, there's Jean.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yes. So we were learning about social media. So this week, Julie learned how to do a Facebook post. And I learned that there's this thing out there called Instagot. Insta something, right? Instagram, right? Instagram.
This was one of my favorite topics because I actually was really confident in what we were talking about. Some of the other stuff, when you're learning, you're like, oh, am I getting this right? Am I taking the right notes? Am I whatever? But this one we had. Yeah. This one we understood every level of it.
There were times this week when we were completely lost, and this was.
Didn't you learn something?
We did.
I absolutely did. And I cannot wait. And we're absolutely setting up another meeting with Jean because I want to talk to her a little bit more about some other things that we can do. But she was fantastic. She was wonderful. We had a lot of fun. And
yeah, she was even taking selfies in class. Yep. So, but yeah, that's a lot of our class. Yeah,
hey
so
guys.
Bunch of us all in there. So if you're in the chat and you see yourself, now's your perfect opportunity to say hello because you didn't know what to say before. So hello, Julie. Hello, Jamie. Nice to see you guys. Thanks for popping in.
It was a really great group of people.
All levels of experience. Yes. And we all fed off each other and all helped each other.
We had every level, from first day newbie to have been doing this for 8-9 years.
There we are. That's the whole crew.
Or more.
That's all of us. So
here we are. Yep.
That's all of us. So we all fit in there. So it was nice. It was fun. It was great. And you can see there in the background, they keep track of a lot of the major suppliers that they work with too. So yeah, some of these I had never heard of until this week, and I was so glad to have heard of them.
I can't wait
because some of them are going to be my new go-tos for hotels, for air, for
Project
resorts.
Expedition.
No, don't save it for later.
I'm just saying. I can't believe we haven't been utilizing them. I feel bad.
Jamie said, how many of the other people in the class had YouTube channels?
Ooh, very good question. You know what?
It wasn't, there were several with Facebook groups and Instagrams and,
there might have been one or two who had a channel set up, but I don't think anyone else had a monetized YouTube channel,
not utilizing it the way that
not the same way. So. But there was, and if anybody out there knows if you were in the class or whatever and we're wrong, please correct us. It's okay. But I do think that a handful of them, and I want to say handful, less than a handful, were definitely using Facebook Lives.
Yes.
Utilizing Facebook and Facebook Lives to reach out to their clients. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that was a good group, and we're watching there. Mm-hmm. No, Sean, I don't think we're going to be moving to Discord with this. We'll keep that for other stuff. But yeah, so we were talking about some of the suppliers, right? So this was when we got an opportunity. We got to sit down with that's our Katie Rose from Carnival. So we got to talk to her about
that's our Carnival representative. She's our BDM for Carnival. Her name is Katie Rose, and she's absolutely wonderful. So we did get to sit down and talk to her. We got some one-on-one time with her, and we got to see her again. So yeah, all you Carnival fans out there, we definitely have some stuff that we want to bring you in the future with Katie Rose.
Definitely great information from Carnival, some good insider stuff coming up. Some of which we can share, some of which we are sworn to secrecy. So you'll know soon enough in the right timing. But speaking of being sworn to secrecy, this is Jill, our Norwegian rep. And if you are a fan of Norwegian, make sure you get in touch with us in the next day or two, because maybe the next
Jill's also
day
fantastic.
or two,
I absolutely love her.
like tomorrow would be a good time to do that. If you like saving money.
No. Not tomorrow, the next day.
I know, but they need to be prepared. They need to prepare in advance.
Right.
But we've already said too much.
All right.
So let's see. Warren says, speaking of which, hit that like button. And I think that's a like button for us, not for
please.
Not for the Norwegian. But hit the like button if you like Norwegian.
Please hit the like button. We appreciate it.
But yeah, so Jill was super cool. She was also super apologetic that Aqua wasn't going to make it into Boston.
Oh, yeah. Well, because she was supposed to be in Boston
Yes.
for that. And she's like, and I know there's a couple other people out there in the chat that were supposed to be in Boston too. And yeah, so she's like, yeah, man. And apparently, yeah, 40-foot waves and whatever else is happening is not the way to go when you're coming in. So they had to skip it entirely, get an extra day or two at sea, and come straight into New York. So
yeah,
but
so we asked her, since Aqua was going to be in our backyard, if we could get on. When she was done laughing, she said yes, she'll get us on at some point, but
when
not
she's done laughing,
soon.
she was like, yeah, well, whenever you pay for your ticket.
Yeah.
No,
there's going to be an event in New York,
yeah.
but we'll be getting to take a look at her in the near future. Aqua. No.
But Jill's fantastic. She's awesome. So she's another resource that we have for you guys and for us to help. Make sure that.
Who else we got? So then some of our
Katie Rose again.
Katie follows around.
Katie Rose is there again, but there's Richard.
Yeah, Richard's one of the staff at Outside Agents there that was super helpful to us. He was actually our mentor when we first switched over to Outside Agents there. So a little props
fantastic.
to Richard there.
Yeah.
He fights battles for us that sometimes we need to pull off on your behalf. So good guy there. Let's see what else we got. Who else we got in here?
Hold on. Go back real quick.
Yeah.
Because that was, we had, if you noticed, like D&B Sports, we were at Dave & Buster's that night.
That's right.
We had a nice little dinner, and you see all the green shirts in the background. Brian and I were I think the only two that broke the mold, because we didn't have to wear those shirts, but we wore our own shirts.
Yeah. Well, and I know you make fun of me a lot, but we were actually complimented on the last day by not only the instructors. No, I didn't get even to
tell you. Tell me this. No, I don't know.
We've been ships passing in the night since we got home.
Yeah.
Here, so, but one of the things that we were complimented on was our branding.
Really?
Our wheel and our this, and
well, thank you.
It was pointed out by some of the staff and some of the instructors how we were always wearing our logoed merchandise, and that.
You're gonna have to fill me in more on that later, but I didn't know that.
So if you don't have any of our How We Cruise logoed merchandise, you can hit it up to our
branding was something that we talked about from day one, but I didn't know that there were We're gonna gonna have to tell me more after. So
that was pretty much the whole thing, but anyway, this is so it's a family-owned company.
Steve.
And Steve is the owner of the company along with his cousin. And part of the thing, I mean, you guys are all our cruise family, and these guys are now, we're part of their family. We're part of their family. It's just all just one big crazy.
It was really, really nice to be down there. We really definitely felt welcome and part of the family. So yeah.
Weird episode of the Brady Bunch or something like that. But yeah, it was like definitely a good group of folks down there.
Amazing.
Super, super appreciative to Steve for all he does for us. So
Daniel Fields.
Let's see. Shayna says we got several comments on. It blocks that one. I want that to be on top. How do we get this? Oh, there it goes. We got several comments on the merch on our last cruise. And
Shayna, I hope you're feeling top notch. I hope you're doing well.
Daniel says has a How We Cruise yellow bag. They come in all sorts of colors, Daniel.
If you do not have a How We Cruise bag and you want a How We Cruise bag, make sure you let us know.
There's ways you can earn them.
Make sure you let us know.
Let's see. Who else do we have in here?
Because we do have on our community group, we have the following. You got to follow the How We Cruise bag. So
yeah, and Lionel. So one of the other cool things that happened this week.
Him.
So if you guys aren't following us over on Instagram, please head on over to Instagram, because we were super excited. We got to take a picture with our 1,000th follower on Instagram, and
Lionel was our 1,000th follower. He was.
Yeah. Great. I mean, I did have to take his phone from him and go off in the corner and hit follow.
No. But so he's got a long history with in the travel industry and with different lines and different vendors and suppliers. But it was really, really great to see him in his element, and he is really, really a cool guy. So I'm super excited to really get to know him in person, meet him face to face, and Yeah, we love
And
you. So
we think maybe we'll have Lionel on here with us in the future. But Lionel was able to get us a huge connect for our upcoming group cruise in November on the Meraviglia. So lots of good things coming out of that, and lots of good conversations coming out of that. So if you're not booked on that one yet, make sure you reach out.
even more excited about that now.
Oh my gosh.
Because we got to talk to our MSC rep. We got to talk a lot of MSC this week.
A lot of weird,
Yeah,
different things with MSC that we probably didn't know that we still have to kind of work through. So I know there's some emails out there. We're going to get back to you, but definitely some good information. They do things a little differently with
awesome stuff. I mean,
but yeah,
MSC is quite the brand. That's
well, I got one more picture. Well, it's
all right,
technically
all
two
right.
more.
What do we got? What do we got?
But it's the Godfather.
Oh,
it's our buddy Dan.
Oh,
So
I can't tell you what an appreciation I have and what a love I have for Dan.
If any of you admin a Facebook group, if any of you do any of that stuff, this man is your idol. He is.
I mean, so much more than that. But he definitely owns that, the Facebook stuff,
yeah.
But more so than that. This guy is, yeah. You talk about the Godfather of sales.
Yeah, and we actually got 2 pictures of him smiling in 1 week. So
I absolutely adore him and am so grateful for just being able to learn from him, because you talk about what an amazing man he is. So Dan, if anybody else hears this, or if he hears this and catches this, like, we absolutely love you. Thank you so much. So appreciative of you. And I see Diane in the picture too there. We got to meet her and love her too. We got a kid going. I don't know what that was, but we have a kid going up the bed now. But
well, that's the end of my slideshow.
Yeah. So I mean, you talk about
not super exciting picks, but super exciting people.
We had Dan, we had Lionel, we had Steve, we had Chad, we had, of course, Stacy kind of like rounded out the whole thing. We got to meet Regina, who hopefully likes us now that she's seen our faces. That's another thing too, when you get to see people face to face that you work with. What a great week. So anyway,
but so many things that we learned from all of them that we learned a lot of percentages. We learned a lot. I mean, I'm your spreadsheet guy right here, and I was asking questions, and they actually had answers about how many people book their vacations using travel agents versus how many people book direct. And when you're talking a lot of these things, I mean, I think they said something like, what was it, 90% or 80% of cruise? I can't remember exactly what, but it was like 80 or 90% of people that book cruises use a travel agent. And to me, I was like, we get the question all the time, like, oh, travel agents, that's still a thing? Oh, well, yeah, it is.
Yeah, it totally is, because there's a reason. I mean,
so if you're out there,
we're in your corner. There's nothing. It's a win-win, right? So you're going to pay the same thing whether you use a travel agent or not, whether you use a travel advisor or not. So why wouldn't you use somebody who knows the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs, and they know how to get you everything that you can get, and more so, they know the right location in your cabin, and they know the right excursions to advise you on, and they know the right way to make sure that you get into port on time. And why wouldn't you know somebody who's an expert in the field and not have to pay for it? I mean,
and I tell you, and part of what we found this week was, and I know this might surprise all of you, but Julie and I are yet to visit every country and every state and every cruise ship and every resort. We're close, just chipping away at it one at a time. But no, we haven't been on every ship yet. We haven't been to every country yet. But what I did learn is that through our host, there is somebody in our host that has been on all of them. Not one person that's been on, but if there's a question that we can't answer,
we know
who to call.
We know who you to call.
They're not like Ghostbusters.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Shayna says, I would rather book myself them with a bad travel agent, but so grateful to have found some great ones. Who are they? Maybe we should. Oh, I think she means.
Stop. We love you, Shayna. We love you. We love you. We love you all. And we love what we do.
So, but yeah, it's a lot of really cool stuff. I mean, we met with who else do we meet with this week?
I love Chris Cram's comment. He said he's been binge watching MSC videos.
Yeah.
Me too, Chris. Me too. Because I'm gonna let you guys in on a little thing. There have been 3 ship tours for the Meraviglia. And we have not been able to be on
Chicken Jockey.
Good night, Brian.
I don't know what Chicken Jockey is.
Night.
From the Minecraft movie.
Good night, Brian.
You want to poke your head in? You can say hi.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
All right. Good night.
Chicken Jockey.
All right. Brian's going to bed. Anyway, we were supposed to be on them today. We were supposed to be on Meraviglia. And so we will be on that ship. We will be bringing videos, pictures, and some content before our group cruise in November, because we want you guys to be able to see the ship. We've watched videos, we've all watched whatever, we know we've been on whatever. We want to share very directly the things that are going to be most important to you guys. So that is coming. But I was disappointed that our tour was canceled today.
Let's see. Daniel says, I'd be curious to see the percentage of cruisers on a cruise at each loyalty level. A lot of times they will tell you that. And I mean, if you go to the top tier events on these, especially on Royal, they put the graphic right up on the screen. They tell you how many are on your cruise there. And one of the things we always do on every cruise, we go up to guest services and we want to know how many people are on board and how many kids and how many, we always ask because, they'll tell you. How are we doing, guys? Are we lagging a little bit? Who saw our reel? Anybody see our reel of Buc-ee's?
He's a little bit off. He's
Slide him over a little bit.
A little bit more this way. There we go.
I thought I was blocking.
Right in front of
him. I moved.
Oh, now I messed him up. There we go. There's our buddy.
What else we got in the background? We got Bucky in the back. Who's been to Buc-ee's? Anybody been to Buc-ee's? Yeah, audio is fine. Video is choppy. Yeah, a little bit of a lag.
Every week. What the heck?
It's
I don't know. The audio is always okay, but the video always gets choppy. I don't know. Anyway, Buc-ee's. We got any Buc-ee fans in the house tonight? I mean, what are you guys thinking? What are you doing?
I'm trying to get.
Now he's playing with like resolutions.
Trying to get rid of the choppy stuff.
All right.
We'll see if that helps anything. Let's see. Who else? Let's see. What other comments we got? Let's see. Mom says, I love my bag. Perfect for any vacation. Let's see. Mary Ellen says she's been watching mostly World Europa. World Europa is coming out for MSC this month. And it's going to be very exciting coming out of Florida.
It's America.
Yes. What did I say?
World Europa.
Oh,
because she's been watching World Europa.
World Europa,
but the World America is
the
coming.
Sister ship.
Yeah,
and you know who her godmother is?
I do. I love her. I love her too. Drew Barrymore. Absolutely love her.
On the ship this week.
She's going to be on. If you have, ET phone home. Drew Barrymore has had quite the career, and what a great godmother for that ship. I absolutely love that. And kind of jealous that I don't get to go say hi.
Sean says he's been to the largest Buc-ee's in Daytona. That's where we were, and that's where our reel is from.
Is that the largest Buc-ee's?
Yes.
Daytona? Oh, that's the one we went. And I actually stopped there on the way home too, without you. So we went on the way down, and then when I was on my way back up to the airport without you, I stopped again because I wanted to go get Katie her stuffy and got the boys a t-shirt. And actually, I meant to wear my t-shirt tonight, and then I honestly forgot. So I do have my Buc-ee's t-shirt. So maybe next week I'll wear my t-shirt. Yeah,
Chris Graham says max headroom. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little tech stuff this week, I think. Let's see.
Listen, if you saw our to-do list after last week, it used to be like this. Now it's like this. I mean, like, we have so much to do. We're revamping our website. We're revamping revamping a lot of things, guys. Stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss what's happening with How We Cruise, because I promise you, on every single level, you will be seeing changes. So it's exciting. It's exciting for us. So.
Well, let's see. Lots of exciting things going on with us too. And one more exciting thing is, if you move your head just a little bit, because we have 97 days until our next cruise, our next scheduled cruise.
Maybe the bobblehead.
And there's still room if you want to join us, depending on whether you like this graphic or whether you like this graphic. It's still time to call. So final payment's not for a few more days. So if you want
And
to
you
join
can
us,
still join after final payment. I mean,
Yes, you
that's,
can.
you know, like that's not a done deal. So, but come with us, because that's going to be a great time.
Sean says I need to come over and oops.
Sean, will you please?
I think you got to fix Comcast. I don't think it's us.
We need your help. He needs your help. I need your help. Please.
Jamie says Google says the largest Buc-ee's is in Luling, Texas. Well, I'll let you two guys fight it out. I know that the one in Texas is supposed to be really big.
All I know is I walked into Daytona, and like the second time they knew me. They're like, "Oh, hey, you're back."
Were you wearing a Buc-ee shirt when you walked in?
No,
Oh.
no, they're just like, "Oh, hey, hi, good to see you again." And I was
All
like, "Okay."
Well,
Oh, and then there was this, I didn't tell you about this. There was this huge like tour bus, and they all had on cruise. We're on a cruise wedding shirt, like t-shirts or whatever.
Did you hand out business cards?
I didn't, but I
Come
told
on.
every single one of them, have fun in your cruise. What ship are you going on? And some of them were like, oh, and others were like Carnival. And others were like, I don't know. So you could tell, like,
So they
this was
definitely needed a good-
truly a big group cruise, and some of them were cruisers and some of them were not. But I hope that they had a great time. And guys, I mean, if anybody were to catch wind of this, like, I hope you had a fantastic wedding and a great cruise. And that was quite the group. I mean, they were really, they were a really big group. So they were going to have a great time. They had a whole charter bus and everything. I mean, we're talking.
Jamie says size doesn't matter. So, anyway, but but yeah, we learned a lot this week. We met with a lot of suppliers. We met with Norwegian and Carnival, like we said. We met with Virgin Voyages. Who's been on a river cruise? Anybody been on a river cruise? People forget that river cruising is cruising too. How about American Cruise Lines? There are so many cool things out there that
I hope we have news next week. We might have news on our next live stream. Stay tuned, guys.
We may have an announcement.
Next Sunday, I'm really hoping for an announcement. We may have one. Speaking of, just saying.
Sean says his mom does one a year. Sean, you have my number. Anyway, so Daniel says there are no casinos on river cruises. And yes, it looks like you're upset about that because you said it in all caps. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but you're in port so much, you can go on land-based casinos.
Jamie says cruises from New Orleans start out as a river cruise. We were talking about
this
that
is
too.
true.
Nothing
We're
creepier
talking about
than
the
going
night.
down the Mississippi in
today.
the fog.
You feel like you can reach out and touch the ship next to you as it's like dark and foggy, and you hear the horns blasting, and then you see the ship passing you, and you literally feel like you can reach out and touch them.
Yeah, we were only on one out of New Orleans that I remember, but that was definitely. I remember coming back and it was super foggy, and yeah, that was definitely. Shayna says we did a river cruise down the Mississippi. So American Cruise Lines, who we met this week, they do Upper Mississippi and Lower Mississippi, and some of them are actually on it. It's not an actual paddle boat, but it's converted to look like a paddle boat, which is kind of cool. And I just felt like everybody should dress in like Old West and play cards and carry derringers and stuff like that. I think that would be cool. But so what else?
I think it's been that way for like decades, though. Like, it's not new.
All right, so I'll let you go first, unless you want me to go first. But my question for you is going to be, what is your favorite thing that you learned this week that we can share with everyone here?
Oh, wow.
Not the stuff we can't share. Some of it we can't tell you yet.
My favorite
But if you call us tomorrow, because you're a fan of
You're
Norwegian.
totally putting me on the spot because I did
Do you want me
not.
to go first?
Well, I don't. Well, yeah,
'Cause
'cause
I have one
I
too.
just need a second to think. Like, there's so much that we learned.
Talk amongst yourselves while Julie thinks.
Okay, and
tell
you
us-
can go ahead.
Tell us what cabin you're going to book for the Carnival Sunrise with us on July
And
12th.
I'm not like, that's not me like passing the buck. Like, I mean, there's so
Mhm.
many valuable
But
points.
we learned a lot of stuff for us that's going to help
Yeah,
you
well,
guys
that's
that
what
you
I'm
don't
thinking.
care about.
So
but
much
we
is like
also
not.
learned some
It's
stuff
not.
that we want to share with you.
You guys
too.
don't care. Like you guys don't care
I don't
about
want to be
X, Y, and Z like that. Whatever. Like it doesn't. It's not pertinent to you at all. But there's so many other things that are. Oh my God. Okay. What about you?
I don't want to be clickbaity, and I said in the title, "Insider Secrets to Booking Your Next Vacation." So I want to at least give an insider secret
Yeah.
or two.
Yeah.
You want to know what my best one was?
Yeah.
How to book travel insurance.
Yeah.
Because
That was it?
yeah, and I'll
Okay.
tell you why.
I mean,
Because
I know they had one really, really, really good tip that we had not thought about. That was really good.
I want to know. I want to know because I know everybody in our chat is smart enough to book travel insurance. So
Yeah.
I want to know in the chat, help me out with this one. Do you book your travel insurance direct through the cruise line, or do you book it through a third party? Because
There's no right or wrong way. They just offer different things. That's all. Yeah.
But I'm curious as to why. Because I'm curious as to what the breakdown is.
Okay.
Because good night, Jamie. Go enjoy your supper. Chris says I booked through Denise. That's a good one. You should do that. Daniel says yearly travel through a third party. Shayna says third party. Julie Amos is an annual policy. So a lot of annual policies here. We also have an annual policy, but
we actually learned something about annual policies too that we're not going to talk about right here in this live chat right now. But yeah, yeah.
But what we
have an annual policy too.
What we learned is that a lot of times the coverage that you get direct through a supplier, whether that be a cruise line, a resort, as much as it's there to protect you, it's also there to protect them, which is not a bad thing. But mostly that's good for cancellation reasons. The travel insurance policies that you get through the third parties will cover you a lot better for things that could occur while you're in destination or on the ship. So just something to think about.
We knew that.
Well, we knew it, but when you really see how the different policies are broken down, now again, we can't specifically advise on which policy is right for you.
We're not.
We
insurance
can
agents.
call.
We're travel agents.
We can three-way call with the providers to answer your questions. But knowing that now, yeah, Warren says I have an annual travel protection, so I don't use the cruise line. Hello, Nancy, welcome in. But yeah, no, definitely learning that there's a great value to be had in the third-party insurance providers. Great value to be had. And that was something that I learned that I wanted to share with all of you. Insider secret, use
I think
a third-party
that
travel provider or travel insurance provider.
I learned beyond cruising, but including cruising. Okay. Beyond cruising and including cruising, there are so many valuable resources out there beyond what you may typically go to for third party vendors for excursions.
I knew this is what you were going to say.
And
I set you up.
Thanks. There are some really amazing third party vendors out there for excursions that do everything from transfers to excursions, shore excursions, or if you're doing a land tour, also amazing excursions that not only do top notch service, but like we can totally customize and set up ahead of time, and you can pick and choose and set up an entire itinerary beautifully. So I'm excited for utilizing some of these other services
Mhm.
that we have not necessarily done in the past because we've done it in a different way. So insider tips and tricks, reach out to us if you have a trip booked, either land or sea, and we can definitely connect you with some of the absolute best of the best in the business to make sure that you are taken care of with back to ship
You're
guarantees.
being cryptic.
I don't mean to, but I don't want to. I'm just reach out to us and we'll tell you what it is. So I mean,
I would even tell them who it is right now.
I already did.
Well, hold on. Before we do that, Shana did want to comment. So we closed the insurance loop. I just like answering all the questions. If you can purchase basic cruise line insurance cheap for the cancellation on top of the third-party annual, or would that just be a confusing mess? Or who is first payer? Who is first payer? Julie says that the cruise line pays first. I don't know the answer to that, so I'll rely on Julie for that, so we can double check that too. But the one thing we will tell you is that was one of the tips that we got was getting the different insurances for different things, which is kind of what you're talking about in your question. So is it confusing? Perhaps, but you know what? They're an insurance company. I don't really care if it's confusing for them as long as you're covered. So
it's not once you know that you're covered. So
Yeah.
it's not confusing once you get the plan in place, because there should never be confusion in your insurance policy. Like you should definitely know what's covered and what's not. So when that is done, you will absolutely know for sure what you have covered and what you don't, and beyond that. So that's important.
But yeah, insurance is definitely a huge thing we learned a lot about this week. But I want to jump back because what Julie was talking about, what she was saying about, I don't think she said the name of the company.
Well, I did earlier.
So who here uses either Viator or Shore Excursions Group or any of that for their excursions? Have you ever used a third party for your excursions? Because I tell you what, we have, and we've loved every single one that we've done.
Yep.
I can't think of a bad, even we've used Resorts to Go. We've used Resort Pass for a Day. We've used Shore Excursions Group. We've used Viator. I think we even used TripAdvisor at one point, which I think is owned by Viator or vice versa. Somebody owns the other. But I tell you, when we got access, when we joined up with this host, they have contracts with a lot of suppliers. And one that we had never heard of was a company. What?
Go ahead.
One of them that we had never heard of that we learned about this week. That is my insider tip that I want to share. Is Project Expedition. Absolutely love them.
Yeah, love them.
And if you want to use them,
Adrian's amazing.
They operate a little bit differently than Shore Excursions Group or Viator. So you got to reach out to us so we can get you in contact with them. So there's a way that you got to book with them. We can help you with it. But wow, the stuff that they offer, the quality of their product.
Yeah.
Like Julie said, transfers.
Awesome.
In destination stuff. Just very, very good stuff. Absolutely good stuff. Chris says we always book through the cruise line with the fear of missing the ship.
I'll tell you what though, Chris, there are a lot, and including a lot of the ones that we just named, a lot of them do have back to the ship guarantees. And if you do miss, like they still will help you cover, and they'll cover and guarantee and like whatever. So you don't have to worry about that. Especially if you can get a better rate. If you can get a great excursion at a good deal and it's less than the ship's paying, and sometimes you get you can get a better tour depending on what you're doing using a third party. So I'm just going to say, because from our own experience, we've literally watched the exact same tour leave out, one being the ship tour, one being a third party, exact same company that was hosting it, both leave, both have whatever, and they have different experiences. And we talked to people when they got back on both of them, and I'm not dissuading the ship excursions whatsoever, because they can be amazing. They can be absolutely awesome, and it can be super easy, especially if you have things like onboard credit, or
Oh,
if you
yeah.
have credits towards it, or if you just like definitely want to just do it through that and whatever. But don't be afraid to use a third party. I don't always advise that for the first time cruiser, for somebody who's not familiar with cruising, who is really like just new to the whole experience, because why add one extra layer of something new? But if you are an avid cruiser, or if you've done this a few times, or if you're comfortable with knowing how to get back to the ship and how not and whatever, I would say that you can comfortably definitely use a third party and do that without worry.
Warren and Nancy both threw in there that they've used Shore Excursioneer. That was the other one we've used.
Love Shore
We've used
Excursioneer.
them as well.
They're
And again,
they're a favorite of mine.
all these companies are great. I'm just
Mhm.
throwing a new one in the
Yeah, we have
there.
a new one.
We have a
I'm
new
super
one.
excited because we haven't used them yet. So I can't wait.
Spread the wealth a little bit and
Anyway,
give them a shout.
anyway.
So all of that said, we learned a lot. We learned a ton. We got
everything
new
that we
friends.
learned is only going to help us be better travel agents, and you have a better experience if you are our client. So
the other thing I got out of this week was a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit of confidence, a little bit of validation.
Validation was a big word this week.
We're here every Sunday night, and you guys are all here every Sunday night. And a lot of the questions that they were talking about was, how do you get people to come back? How do you get people to return, to cruise with you again, to go on vacation with you again, to book your trip
again? To trust you.
And you guys have said some of the most positive things to us, and it helps us to keep going. It helps us to keep doing what we do and coming back here every Sunday.
I just want to give you kind of, I wasn't planning on this, but
hi,
you
Sugar.
kind of,
I think I forgot to say hello.
Preface this, but I just want to give a huge shout out and a great big thank you to everybody who does trust us, who follows us, whether you book with us or you just follow us, and if you're thinking about booking with us, thank you. We totally put your value and your vacation in our hands, and thank you for your trust. So it means a lot.
It does. And you know what? That's
a big thing.
It's a customer service industry.
I don't trust a lot of people.
This is true.
This is true.
Very true. So, but so if you haven't yet, reach out to us, because you got 97 days left if you want to jump on a cruise with us this summer and come with us down on the we're not working. There we go. If you want to come with us this summer, this is you're running out of time, but we know people now. We'll call Katie Rose. We'll get you on. But you do have time for the MSC Meraviglia, but we are running out of cabins, so you have time to book it. But if you want a good rate and you want our rate, then I recommend picking up that phone sooner than later and joining us on the MSC Meraviglia from Brooklyn in November.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be fun. And you know what? All sorts of crazy stuff going on in 2026, and maybe crazy stuff going on next month. But we'll have to wait on that until next week.
Stay tuned. Big announcement next week.
Hopefully. We'll see. Hi, Cruz. Well, with that said, awesome stuff we learned tonight. Last chance for any questions for us on what we learned this week or anything about your next trip. And Warren says, I'll be on MSC November 2nd. Oh, hold on. There he goes. I'll be on the MSC November 2nd one. Can't wait. And we can't wait. And Warren, we are actually talking about you with our MSC rep. And don't worry, buddy, we got you covered. We got you covered. So Nancy says, great to hang out with you for a bit. Sorry to be late. No, you're never late.
We always for coming in. We love you.
Anybody who comes in to say hello, we love to see you. We're
hey man, you're never late to the party. It's always a party.
Absolutely. So that said, kids in school tomorrow, work, continued things. We'll be live again next week.
Yeah, some doctor's appointments this week. We got some other stuff this week. Kids play was amazing. I'll have to post some of those pictures. Some amazing stuff. Like, guys, life. Anyway, in the meantime,
Until then.
we'll see you on the seas.